Welcome, artists! We are going to learn about self-portraits and celebrate what makes each and every one of you so unique. Let's start with celebrating diversity. No two faces are exactly the same. We live in a wonderful world of difference, and notions of beauty vary around the world. Although standards of beauty differ across the globe, physical aesthetics affect how people view themselves and those around them. Let's examine what makes you, you. We can define what makes you unique by both physical characteristics and internal characteristics. Our physical ones are defining traits or features of a person's body. These are aspects of appearance that are visually apparent to others when they see you. They can include hair, eyes, nose, complexion, meaning skin tone, height, weight, even clothes. Physical characteristics play a role in defining how people are viewed by others. However, every single person is a unique puzzle composed of pieces that can't be seen. Pieces of personality, attitude, life experiences, creativity, knowledge, passions, interests, and emotions. These are just some of the qualities that make you unique in this world and can be viewed through your actions and behaviors. Before we had social media and selfies influencing our culture, we had art and portraiture. Portraiture is a very old art form going back at least 5,000 years ago to ancient Egypt. Before the invention of photography, a painted, sculpted, or drawn portrait was the only way to record the appearance of someone. But portraits have always been more than just a record. They have been used to show the power, importance, virtue, beauty, wealth, taste, learning, or other qualities of a person. Artist self-portraits are an interesting subgroup of portraiture and can be often highly self-revelatory, meaning revealing one's character, feelings, or emotions. It became an opportunity for an artist to depict themselves as the main subject, as heroes in their own stories. Even today, it's still seen as an opportunity to capture a version of yourself nobody else sees. The art of self-expression, and more specifically self-portraits, the invention of the selfie, goes back centuries. Since the earliest times, we as humans have loved to let people know what we look like through art. Yet it wasn't until the early Renaissance in the mid-15th century that the trend really started to grow. The shift in artists experimenting with self-portraits was brought on by mirrors becoming better and cheaper to get a hold of. One of the most famous paintings in the world is, you guessed it, a portrait, the Mona Lisa by Leonardo da Vinci. Now let's take a look at some more self-portraits created by famous artists. For instance, this one showcases Monet's distinctively impressionist style with blurred brushstrokes and expertly rendered balance between light and dark. Vincent van Gogh believed that portrait painting would help him develop his skills as an artist. He painted around 35 self-portraits during the span of his career. Here are two. Frida Kahlo, a beloved Mexican artist, also had no shortage of self-portraits. Her paintings often had strong autobiographical elements and mixed realism with fantasy. Both Andy Warhol and Keith Haring are American artists and key figures in the pop art movement. On the left, conveying a cartoon-like aesthetic and playful style, this portrait embodies Haring's graphic approach to iconography. On the right-hand side is among Warhol's most famous works of art that are his multicolored, repeated silkscreen portraits. In addition to celebrities like Marilyn Monroe, Elizabeth Taylor, and even Mickey Mouse, Warhol depicted himself. Norman Rockwell was also an American artist and illustrator, well known for his delightful collection of Saturday Evening Post covers. In 1960, the magazine ran a biographical piece on the artist. For the issue's cover, Rockwell was commissioned to depict himself, and thus he created this clever and comical triple self-portrait. Can you spot him in all three places? And Japanese creative Yayoi Kusama is one of the most sought-after contemporary artists. Rendered in acrylic paint, this portrayal from 2010 captures Kusama's characteristically bright color palette, penchant for patterns, polka dots, and her playful style. Just as each of these artists created unique self-portraits reflecting themselves, you will do the same. As you look in the mirror, I want you to know you are a beautiful masterpiece. And though our society has conditioned us to place importance in the way a person looks, that is only a small aspect of who we are. Real beauty lies within our hearts. It's not something that you see, but something you feel and can make others feel. Okay, artist, it's now time to begin our very own self-portraits, so grab your paper, pencil, eraser, ruler, and a mirror. To begin our self-portrait, we need to place our picture portrait style, so up and down, and divide it in 4 parts using our rulers. That is called quadrants. That helps us get the accurate symmetry for our face. Now draw very lightly. These are only guidelines, and we will eventually be erasing them. Next, we're going to draw a small little curved line at the top. That will be the top of our head, and a smaller one about halfway underneath for our chin. We are going to connect those 2 lines with an egg shape or an oval. Our eyes are in the middle of our head, right where that center line goes through. Next, our nose is halfway between the eyes and our chin, so we're going to draw a little line to demonstrate where our nose will be. And last, our mouth is halfway between our nose and our chin, drawing another line to indicate where the mouth is. Our head is approximately 5 eyes wide, so we want to begin in the center of our head and just sketch in or map in approximately the eye size and then duplicate it 4 times. Once you've drawn all of these as your guides, we will erase the one in the middle and the 2 on the sides, leaving the 2 other eyes in the proper place. Next, we want to add our eyeball by just creating 2 curved lines in each side of the eyes that we began to draw. Next, you're going to want to add your eyelid, which is a little curved line just above the eye. You're going to do it on both sides. Your eyelid should be a little bit closer to the inside of the eye. Next, we're going to begin to draw our pupil and a little highlight inside of your eye by 1 small circle and 1 smaller circle. Next, draw in your little tear ducts in the corners of each of your eyes. Next, we're going to draw our eyebrows. I like to draw just little guidelines that go from the right and left side of my eye, so I know sort of where to start and stop the shape of my eyebrow. Then just lightly pencil in a small arch for your eyebrow. Everyone's looks a little bit different, so just take a look in the mirror and try to draw a little bit of what yours looks like. Next, add some eyelashes that curve away from your tear duct. Next, it's time for our nose. I like to draw just a small little circle, very lightly, for where the tip of my nose is going to be. Then underneath, you can draw a small curved line with 2 small little curved lines coming off both the right and the left side for your nostrils. Then you're going to create 2 C-like shapes, one forwards and one backwards on each side of your nostrils. Next, just lightly pencil in some lines to give your nose a little bit more definition, as well as erase that circle that you originally drew to sort of pencil in where the shape of your nose would be. Next, we're going to draw our ears, which should be right where the bottom of our eyebrows are and down to our nose, creating just 2 curved lines, one on each side of our face. Next, it's time to draw your mouth. Now you can create an open mouth with your teeth showing or a closed mouth. So I'm going to start by just drawing a little curve and then a line that proceeds out that meets up to the middle of my eye on both sides. And then I'm going to draw my top lip by just creating curved line that goes down on one side and then down on the other side, connecting it to the center of my mouth. And then last but not least, I'm just going to create one big curved line on the bottom. Next, it's time for our hair. Now everybody's hair and hairline is a little bit different, so this is where it's important to look in the mirror and see maybe where your part is. Just know that everybody's hair will touch their ears. Once you erase the top of your head, it's time to focus on your neck and shoulders. So you're going to draw a curved line on each side of your chin for your neck. You can draw a curved line or a V-neck for your collar. I'm going to draw a curved, just like a big smiley face. And then you can draw 2 curved lines that come off of each of your neck for your shoulders and go down to the bottom of your paper. Now you're going to finish giving your hair details and length depending on what kind of hair you have. I'm going to just create long wavy hair for mine. As well as at the end if you need to sort of reshape your face, cheeks, or chin just to look a little bit more realistic and accurate to your face. Now's the time to do that. Fantastic job, my most amazing artists. If you like this video, please consider subscribing.